Hello, my dear children. Let's learn more from the chapter on water as a resource. Children, do you know that about 71% of the earth is covered with water in form of oceans, lakes, rivers, and other water bodies? And rest is land on which we live. But very less amount of water is fit for our consumption. About 98% water is salty water and only 2% water is fresh water that is available for consumption for our use. It is so less, isn't it? Now, water impurities. That means the state of being impure when something is not pure. The substances that pollute water are called as water impurities. Water is being polluted by throwing wastes into various water bodies or oil leakage by water transport, etc. Now, types of impurities: soluble and insoluble impurities. Soluble impurities are those impurities that can be dissolved in water. Example: salt, turmeric powder, etc. And insoluble impurities are those impurities that cannot be dissolved in water. Example: mud, sand, etc. There are few ways of removing insoluble impurities from water. Sedimentation. It is the process of settling or being deposited as a sediment. Decantation is the process for the separation of mixture by removing a layer of liquid. Filtration is the process of removing something from liquid by using a filter. Now, let's see these processes. First is sedimentation. We will take clear water in a beaker. Now, take some mud and mix it in the water. The color of the water is changed. Keep it undisturbed for some time. The insoluble particles are settled down at the bottom. These are called sediments. This process is called as sedimentation. The clear water is poured into another tumbler or container. This process is called as decantation. Now, filtration. In filtration, water containing insoluble impure substances are poured into a funnel having a cone of filter paper. Insoluble substances are caught in the filter paper. Filter paper has very tiny openings in it so that even the smallest particles of any impurity in water cannot pass through it. The clear water collected in the vessel is called filtrate. Now, ways of purifying drinking water. After removing soluble and insoluble impurities from drinking water, it is purified by two processes, that is, boiling and chlorination. Boiling is a quick vaporization of a liquid which occurs when a liquid is heated. Boiling is a very simple method of water purification which kills most of the germs. In order for boiling to be most effective, the water must be boiled for at least 20 minutes. And in chlorination, chlorine tablets, that is a chemical, is added to drinking water to prevent the spread of water-borne diseases such as cholera, typhoid, etc. So children, we learnt about few processes for separation of insoluble substances from water. Insoluble substances are those substances that cannot mix with water completely, and soluble substances can mix completely in water. Substances like sand, stone, chalk, and many kinds of germs are insoluble in water. They cannot mix properly in water. We can separate those insoluble substances from water by the processes we learned today. That is sedimentation, decantation, and filtration. So children, that's all for now. Thank you.